I'm busy watching a documentary called Humanity Disrupted, and it's a pretty cool documentary about compounds that are existent in products that we use that are getting into our drinking water, and they can actually disrupt our hormones, and they actually call them endocrine disruptors. And this entire documentary is about how it started out where many years ago they noticed frogs in a river that had 3 legs, and then they tested the water, and then the water had these compounds and chemicals that were being washed into the rivers through when we flush the toilet. All the chemicals and all our hormones and all the products that we take in, that and even that we use, shampoos and things like that get washed through the water and then end up in these rivers, and then eventually affect fishes and the frogs and things. And then they started doing research on these endocrine disruptors, and what the scientists in this documentary speak about, which I would like to discuss here, they briefly point out the responsibility of humanity. And what they say here is that many products have been created that consist of a lot of these compounds that are responsible for disrupting endocrines. For example, the example that they give there is things like antibacterial soap. And they say that antibacterial soap is known for consisting of quite a lot of these compounds, and that antibacterial soap in itself is pretty useless. They say it does not do anything. They say it was a product that was created and it doesn't do anything, and this is a product that people should be informed about, that you can just as well wash your hands with a normal soap and it does the exact same thing. Now, what they're saying here is they're starting to point towards saying, look, we as humanity should stop using too many products. What is not being taken into consideration by these scientists is that you can make a suggestion like that, saying we as humanity should start taking responsibility for the stuff that we use that is not necessary, okay? But what is not being taken into consideration is that as long as we accept the capitalist system, what is going to happen? We can all stop using antibacterial soaps. Let's say, for example, this endocrine disruption becomes such a problem that eventually human children start changing sex or having deformities, to the point where scientific research actually shows that the compounds and the chemicals that are being washed into our drinking water is actually a problem, and that something needs to be done about it. The thing is, you can take away certain products, but what happens in the capitalist system? Because the capitalist system functions according to profit and according to greed, which is the predominant factor behind why the capitalist system exists today, as long as we accept the capitalist system, nothing is going to change, because we can remove, for example, antibacterial soaps. But because the capitalist system already functions according to greed and profit, and major corporations that function according to having expected turnovers of billions a year, they're not going to settle for anything less. So again, just the same way that they made antibacterial soap based on a lie and based on complete brainwashing and playing on people's fears about bacteria and the safety of your family, they are going to just make new products based on lies, based on it not being needed in the first place, and they're going to sell that. So we cannot sort out any problems that are currently happening within our environment without changing the capitalist system. So it doesn't matter if scientists start noticing that there's a problem, and there is a problem: global warming, pollution, you can just watch. There's so many documentaries out there that are giving clear indications of the problems that we are starting to face because of the lifestyle that we have adapted to and that we have come to accept so far. So it's one thing to say, yes, there's a problem. It's another thing to try and find solutions within the current capitalist system, because what is going to happen? New deceptive forms of products are going to be formed, are going to be produced. New deceptive methods are going to be created by the corporations because they're sure as hell not going to give up the money. So that's something that is lacking with regards to perspectives in this documentary. Thank you very much.